Why do I run shirtless in the snow and freezing temperatures? Does it enhance performance, improve my health, or am I just trying to show off? I have 5 reasons why I brace the cold 6 days a week for 3 straight winters. And trust me, it's not for fun. The first thing this taught me was focus. I had to learn something very concretely. You don't actually have to focus on the external stimulus. And this is something you learn through practice, not just by hearing someone talk about it. You don't have to focus on the fact that it's cold or hot, or that you're hungry, sore, or tired. You don't need to pay attention to the crowd noise, what the opponent is saying, or really anything that's outside your control. Over time, I learned to find a spot in my mind where I can just run. I can focus on breathing, I can think about something else entirely, I can enjoy some music. And simply by deciding not to focus on the cold, or the idea that I'm supposed to feel miserable, I almost never even feel cold. If you can learn this skill, very few people will ever be able to stop you. And that brings me to my next point, gratitude. Me and many of you watching a YouTube video have pretty easy lives, all things considered. We have shelter, heat and air conditioning, hot showers, food we buy at the store. In a lot of ways, life is comfortable. But I also realize that it doesn't have to be that way. So doing something like this, something extreme and uncomfortable on purpose, reminds me of how blessed I am. To go home to a warm house, to take a shower, to eat hot food. And I think that it's important we push ourselves outside of our comfort zone every single day. Because if we don't, it becomes easy to expect comfort, to believe that comfort is owed to us, and to forget how good our lives really are. Honestly, what a blessing it is that we have to go out of our way to find hardship. But the flip side is also true. If you never practice discomfort, the day real hardship comes, you'll crumble. And I hope to inspire. But even if this doesn't motivate anybody else, it motivates me. I imagine someone driving home after a long day at work. They don't want to go on the treadmill, they don't want to do their walk. They just want to be comfortable. And then they see me running shirtless in a blizzard. And maybe, just maybe they think, well, if he can do that, then I can go take my walk. And honestly, it works both ways. It helps me get out the door, gives me a reason to brace the cold. And I've had plenty of people pull up beside me in their car and tell me that seeing me run day after day is inspiring. So at the very least, there's always a chance it motivates someone else too. And along with that, I like to challenge the narrative. Every one of our ancestors survived harsh winters, and even the last ice age, with far less protection than we have today. We are powerful creatures, yet somehow many people have been convinced that if it's cold, they have to be miserable. They have to bundle up, they have to complain, they have to hide. Stop letting the weather and every uncontrollable thing dictate what you do with your life. We are strong. Don't let anyone convince you that because it's kind of cold, you need to stay indoors and hide from the world. One of my favorite moments is passing a school bus after the kids had a 2-hour delay because it was cold, and they see me running shirtless. Because it's not a big deal to be outside for 10 minutes in this weather. Stop spreading fear to kids that they need to hide from discomfort. It's a little cold. So what? Be grateful for what you have and live life. And finally, I'll admit it, I'm a little crazy. But here's the thing. If you want to be normal, you'll get normal results. And I'm not trying to be normal. My life is going to be spent doing extraordinary things. And I know that it's hard for most people to connect running shirtless in 20-degree weather with accomplishing great things, but they are very much related. I'm willing to do things that other people just aren't. Now, you don't have to do this to be successful or even to be mentally strong. But if everything you do looks like everything that everybody else does, you're probably not going to do anything outside the ordinary. You can't accomplish extraordinary goals with normal habits. To me, this has become a ritual of immense importance. Sometimes you have to be willing to try unorthodox or questionable things. If you want to push past the limits placed on you by society, or even your own mind, fears, and doubts. So ask yourself, what are you avoiding that you are capable of conquering? Find something you can do to make yourself stronger physically and mentally and unlock your potential. Now get after it and never stop improving.